All news in 6, breaking tonight on the WHAS 1119, a cruel hoax.
This is insane.
Lockdown, shelter in place, a huge police force, but no active shooter discovered on the campus of Villanova University. We have new details as they try to track down who did it. And then new tonight.
I see some other things on the horizon to come, and I think definitely that this would be a move for me here right now that I'll look back on and feel really good about.
The sudden resignation of the Jeffersonville police chief, why he's blaming a new Indiana law, and funding stress. Plus,
hard work and dedication to pay off where we are. I mean, all that hard work has put so many jobs in place, especially here in Jackson County.
Riding to success in Seymour, Indiana. Bicycle manufacturing moving from China to this local plant with major backing from a celebrity business owner. The stories are all new right now on the WHAS 1119. He's no longer the top cop in Jeffersonville, and tonight we have new reporting for you on the sudden resignation of the Jeffersonville police chief. Hello, everybody, and thank you very much for being with us tonight. I'm Doug Proffitt. The mayor quickly appointed an interim chief today after the resignation notice. WHAS 1119's Clarice Shaley with photojournalist Levi Hammer have more behind the surprising move by Kenny Kavanaugh.
I am going to be stepping down as chief of police.
An abrupt change in leadership for the Jeffersonville Police Department.
March 16, 2015, I took over the role as chief of police. The department was in a way in a direction that we needed some rescue, and I think from this period of time to where we are today, I've been able to accomplish that.
After 10 years on the job, Kenny Kavanaugh is being replaced by Assistant Chief Scott McVoy, appointed interim chief by Mayor Mike Moore, effective immediately. In a news release, Mayor Moore wrote, quote, "I've concluded that we need a change in leadership in the department in light of the ongoing financial pressures facing the city." This after an afternoon meeting between the mayor and Kavanaugh. His response after being asked if it was the mayor's decision to have him step down.
Well, we had that meeting, and also, I'm appointed by him.
Former Chief Kenny Kavanaugh repeatedly points to financial changes in the department's contract and impacts of Senate Bill 1 as obstacles for the Jeffersonville Police Department. Senate Bill 1 is a new Indiana law that changes how taxes are collected by municipalities. Taxes that fund essential services like the police department.
The state of Indiana is harping on Senate Bill 1. The city of Jeffersonville seems to be in a lot of struggles of which direction we're going to go and where the goalpost exactly is.
Kavanaugh has seen changes coming for over a year and a half. Now he steps down to his position of captain on the force.
And this is what I wanted to share, and this is what I was wanting to do. And as you can see, I actually feel really good about this and this move here.
As the city welcomes new leadership and acknowledges the difficult decisions to come. In Jeffersonville, Clarice Shaley, WHAS 1119 on your side.
Now, Kavanaugh says he wrote a letter to the mayor, Mike Moore, about a new work schedule costing the city in overtime pay. He says uncontrolled factors for everyday police work could not accommodate a weekly reduction in the baseline hours due to the new Indiana Senate Bill number 1. We have new information tonight about a homicide in Shelbyville, Kentucky. We told you about it at 6 tonight. Shelby County Police posting new information on Facebook tonight. They say a man was found dead yesterday inside his home in the Spring Oaks neighborhood. That's just north of downtown Shelbyville. The identity of the man has not been released. No arrests have been made at this time, and police have said nothing about any possible suspects. Shelby County is asking anybody with information to contact them. The Shelby County Police Captain Blake Lisby. Give them a call at the number. It's 502-633-4324. Again, that's 633-4324. Tonight, the U.S. Supreme Court hands down President Donald Trump a temporary win in his fight against federal diversity funding. The U.S. Supreme Court ruling to let the administration block nearly $800 million in research grants that officials say involve race and gender issues. The decision divided the court with a narrow 5-4 ruling. The court stopped short of blocking a lower court ruling on the matter, leaving room for researchers to pursue the grant money in a different court. And now, brand new here on the night team, bringing jobs back to the people of America's Midwest. Tonight, we're getting a first-hand look for you inside a large manufacturing plant that is now calling Seymour, Indiana, its home. WHAS 1119's Jose Alonso and photojournalist Aspen Hester are in Seymour, showing us the world of bicycles made in the USA.
The sound of manufacturing bicycles 1 hour north of Louisville in Seymour, Indiana. The bicycles moving here from China.
So that's our goal, is bring everything here, keep everything localized. We've got a couple different buildings where everything's put together, but assembly is all done right here.
It's the vision of the company CEO Brian Riley. He wanted to incorporate his technology called the Sure Stop brake system into bicycles, but met a surprising statistic.
I always thought that number was staggering. 97% of all the kids' bikes sold in the United States were imported from China. And then I realized it wasn't just bikes. Solar panels, electronics, so many industries are telling the same story.
In 2022, the bicycle company planted roots in South Central Indiana, and up to 200 jobs grew from there. Guardian Bikes distributes their products across the country in 3 locations. But what makes Seymour, Indiana special is that these Hoosiers are the only ones cutting the parts and assembling these bikes that will go to families across the nation. You may remember Riley and co-founder Kyle Jansen on ABC's Shark Tank.
Okay, I'm gonna make you an offer, guys.
Mark, you got a deal.
Done.
Mark Cuban investing $500,000 into the company and also making an appearance at the public revealing.
I remembered a tough lesson Mark Cuban told us on Shark Tank. He said, "Your marketing sucks." And he was right.
Riley says the vision of reshoring jobs back to the homeland with his tech, while investing in Americans, is thriving, and a great opportunity for Hoosiers like Lucas Hoagland.
Most everyone here that works at Guardian takes pride in the product we're producing. I mean, every kid loves a bike. It's pretty much everyone remembers the first bicycle they were ever given as a kid.
Bicycles with safety in mind. As American kids learn how to ride, America is learning how to source from inside. In Seymour, Jose Alonso, WHAS11 Night Team on your side.
Quite the operation there. The company already has plans to create another distribution center in Texas. Bicycles manufactured by Hoosiers will soon expand their reach even further. 1 year ago, Kentucky Venues, the operators of the Fairgrounds in Louisville, broke ground on its largest expansion project during the 120th Kentucky State Fair. Today, they're showing off these brand new renderings of the $460 million transformation. Phase 1 of the project, a $180 million investment, including a 350,000 square foot facility to hold competitions and other events. Officials are expected to get keys to the new building on New Year's Eve this year, with major events ready for business in 2027. Well, it's been over a week since the recent shooting death of a mother at a Louisville school bus stop, with still no arrests. The week before, shots were fired, as you remember, near the same bus stop, but nobody was hurt then. Community leaders have been raising serious questions. What can be done to combat the youth violence increasing in Louisville? Today, we asked the Kentucky candidates who are running for U.S. Senate about Louisville's youth violence program. They were at the state fair, and whether they approve of the job that the Louisville mayor is doing so far to address it.
It's unacceptable what's happened in Louisville, that we have let the violence get so out of control. You look around the country, where do you see the most crime? It's Democratic-run cities around the United States, and Mayor Greenberg's no different than that.
Oh, I can't speak about that.
We've got to capture our kids early, and whether it's the mayor or our Metro Council, I think they're acknowledging that we've got to do that.
But other top Republicans have said Greenberg's doing a good job handling the problem. Republican State Representative Jason Nemes of Middletown has praised Mayor Greenberg's public safety approach, and today he doubled down on that, telling us the city is heading in the right direction, but still has far more to do. Nemes says that includes judges as well. Judges who he says need to be held accountable and keep suspects behind bars, doing a better job at keeping violent people in jail. Well, as we ramp up election season for the people hoping to replace Mitch McConnell in the U.S. Senate, today at the Kentucky Country Ham Breakfast at the State Fair, he responded to questions about his popularity in Kentucky.
And there's always a lot of talk about who's popular and who isn't. Let me tell you how to measure popularity. It's winning elections. Thanks to you, I won 7 Senate races, 9 leader races. I'm undefeated at the end of my long game.
According to a 2024 Associated Press poll, McConnell was the most unpopular elected leader, with only 28% of people having a favorable opinion of him. But despite numbers like that in Kentucky, he usually won his races by large margins. Now to some of the other top stories for you right here tonight on the Night Team. No criminal activity suspected after a big tragedy out west. 6 people, including a high school student, are dead after an accident at a dairy farm in Colorado. We have new reporting on this tonight from our sister station in Denver, KUSA. The 6 were found in a confined space at the dairy operation. All of the dead are male victims. The coroner told KUSA that the deaths are possibly due to gas exposure in a confined space, a highly toxic gas that can be produced from decomposing manure. Now we want to update the breaking news as it was happening. We brought it to you at 5 and 6 tonight. It was, quote, a cruel hoax. Those are the words tonight from the president of Villanova University. Reports of an active shooter bringing swarms of police to the campus late today. Heavily armed officers inundating the campus, which is northwest of Philadelphia, searching for a gunman. The school was put on lockdown and students were urged to shelter in place, but there never was a gunman. In fact, Villanova University president sharing a statement saying, quote, mercifully, no one was injured, and we now know that it was a cruel hoax. There was no shooter, no injuries, and no evidence of firearms present on campus. While that is a blessing and relief, I know today's events have shaken our entire community. Well, Villanova wasn't the only target of a hoax for the start of the fall semester today. Reports of possible active shooters at the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga campus also turned out to be false today. Sherelle Hubbard has details on both incidents, which brought panic to thousands of students.
This was the scene at Villanova University Thursday. While students were celebrating orientation mass outdoors, reports of an active shooter sent them scrambling.
This is insane.
People on campus were asked to move to a secure location and to lock or barricade doors. A police sniper keeping watch from a law school roof. Law enforcement conducted a sweep of the Catholic University's law school before Villanova's president, Peter Donahue, reported that it had all been, quote, a cruel hoax.
These officers came from all over this area thinking that they were going to go into an active shooter room, into a building, and have to take somebody down to save someone's life.
This comes as university students from all around the country head back to school. Earlier Thursday, officials from the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga also sent out an alert about a possible active shooter on campus. The message said possible active shooter in University Center or library. It instructed people to run, hide, and fight.
I was pretty scared. I saw police coming on the field and running, so I just took off and got off campus as quickly as possible.
A scary situation for people that ended with police officials later giving the all clear with, quote, no violent incidents and no injuries. But Chattanooga police said it is better to err on the side of caution.
Our response is going to, especially our initial response, is going to be the same no matter what. It has to. Lives depend on it. We can never assume that something is fake, right?
For WHAS11, I'm Sherelle Hubbard on your side.
Pennsylvania's Governor Josh Shapiro releasing a statement on social media describing Villanova's incident as a swatting incident where someone calls in a fake threat to induce panic. Swatting is illegal in all states, and Shapiro said he has instructed state police in Pennsylvania to find whomever is responsible for